see the way. Obviously, they're a good team, but to see the way they played last night. Just
they weren't a good team last night. They weren't a good team last night. You know, first of all, I've always been a big Trace Jackson, Jackson Davis fan because I recruited him, and I think it was down to us in Indiana. Love his dad. A guy that's still got a good relationship with his dad. So I'm a big fan of his, but he played at another level, and he's been doing a better job of that. And the other guard, you know, he's an NBA guard, and they're starting to play like that. So after a couple of embarrassing losses and their minds losing at home, we did that too. I see a change in his team the last 2 years.
And obviously, the big guys in this conference know all about him, but he's even a little bit. They're still kind of unique, you know. It's not certainly not. Like,
yeah, they're all kind of different. You know, Edie's so big. What's his name at Michigan is? He can shoot a three where Edie can't. This kid can't shoot a three. He can, but he doesn't shoot. But he's so athletic. I mean, he's got sick athleticism as far as blocking shots, getting rebounds, making spin moves, finishing, running the court. Elite for a guy his size. And I think he's gotten bigger and stronger since last year. So I wasn't playing against him. I'd be happy for him.
You have a quick turn, I think, to Wisconsin. I mean, you kind of draw from that with this quick turn, going back to the road again, like in terms of just schedule and.
Yeah, I mean, we know how to do it. We've had, I think, 6 games, and they've all been 2-day preps, haven't they? And so we should know it like the back of our hand. But the problem is, it does wear on you as you go on. Just like, believe it or not, it's wearing on you guys.
I feel great. What are you doing?
You're lying. You don't look great, but I think it is. I think it wears on everything. You know, like we were talking. I don't know what happened with this, but I don't really care. It doesn't matter anymore. But we are more used to it. But we're taking, like today, we didn't have an early morning meeting because I just didn't feel that they were there. We didn't have a live walkthrough. It was just deader than a doorknob. And the guys were great, but we didn't have a long film session. You know, I just kind of cut everything back a little bit to make sure that we're. A football coach once told me a healthy guy not as prepared is better than a prepared guy that's not healthy. Coaches don't always feel that way, but in this case, at this time, I think there's some validity to that, so I'm really trying to be careful.
When you talk about wanting to get to the line more, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of encouraging those guys to try to get to the hoop. Is there anything more you can do to kind of help me?
Yeah, some of it's us. We weren't getting the ball inside at all. We did a little better job of getting the ball inside tonight. But we did. And, you know, the ball follows him in Carson. And Jackson did a good job, and we scored some buckets in there. Our guards, you know, this new verticality thing is kind of hurt. I don't think we've done a good job with that because we're taking it in there. And verticality with smaller guards like Tyson is hurting us. So, you know, in general, like Indiana doesn't get there a lot either, and they throw it to him every time. I think they get there 13 times a game. So, I don't know, maybe it's the way it is, but we got to do a better job of getting it in there. Some of it has to fall on us. It's not all the officials or the players. And we're going to try to do our part to see if we can improve it.
Going back to last night, did you guys feel your backs were against the wall a little bit, not wanting to have 3 game losing streak with how tough the Big Ten is?
No, I never. That's the last thing I did feel, if you want the truth, because I said a month ago that there's going to be a lot of teams where you're going to lose 4 in a row so fast to make your head spin. I don't think anybody believes that. Some other teams, I mean, it is happening. I don't know how many does Wisconsin have, 3 or 4. You know, I mean, this league, when you have that many good teams and you're playing that many in a row, you're going to have that. So backs up against the wall. No, that's one part of pressure I don't put on a team because I think it's a long season yet. We're still in the first half. But if you want to compete for a championship, if you want to be in the conversation, you got to do certain things. You got to figure it out. But I didn't put that on. I made that for Twitter.
You mentioned
Experience matters so much on the court in so many ways. How good is it to have more guys' experience when you're dealing with the
I think
you're dealing with the
I think that's really helped us, and I think our guard play has really helped us. I really think as Jaden gets more and more acclimated, we got some experience in our guards, and if we can get Malik back on the perimeter, I think it would really matter a lot, But the problem is too with this COVID stuff, like Rutgers had 250 or another senior and 2 juniors that started, I believe. So everybody's older, and has more experience. I think we have more experience together than most teams, meaning we've all been here, and most of them have been here. So I think that is a plus for us.
Tom, you mentioned your crowd helping you guys win lately. You guys have gone to Wisconsin, Illinois, 2 places that traditionally are pretty hard. You're going to go to Indiana. Do you think the makeup of this team, being older, like you just talked about, you don't worry as much about them tensing up on the road and in big environments?
Or? Doug's got this scout. It was brought up there, Indiana, especially after that win last night. I think that place will be rocking like no other. And it's the beauty of the Big Ten. No, we got a lot of places that have beat that way. But, we'll try to bring crowd noise in tomorrow. We'll try to do some things to prepare them. Thank God we haven't been to Wisconsin, Illinois. Not easy places to play, but that's always a concern, especially if you get off to one of those bad starts that we've gotten off to at home. Then I think that thing gets tripled, and that's what we've got to make sure doesn't happen.
You feel like you guys are getting any better of a timetable with Malik yet?
I don't. He walked through some things he shot. It's probably not going to figure it out, like I'm hoping tomorrow he might practice a little bit. Maybe go through warm-ups. He's got to do some things to see if it bothers him. And the hard part is it's going to bother him. Like I told you guys, you don't shovel snow for 2 months. You shovel snow, you're sort of rapid. So that's trying to figure out, and that's totally up to you guys. I don't have anything to do with that. I do feel good that the doctor feels that it's still in good shape as far as that goes. Kind of like went through.
Coach, specifically for Marty, but even more so for Jackson and Cooper. When you're assessing them, going up against some of the other talented bigs so far this year, still got some more to play. Are they kind of where you thought that they would be into the season? Or
yeah, Marty's ahead of where I thought he'd be other than last night. I thought he's done a really good job defensively. I mean, you think of who we faced from Oscar to Timmy. We have faced, there's not that many big men we've ever faced in a whole year, and we faced them in the first half of the year. And different kinds, a 7'4" guy.
Eric
Dickinson, they're not smaller, strong guy. We've kind of faced every kind of guy you can, but the amount of big guys has not been that way up until the last couple of years. And Jackson was encouraging last night, but Carson's been encouraging. And I think what's cool is we're going to probably need all 3, and at least we have a little stronger sense going in. The problem with Trace is he's just so athletic. I mean, we have to put Jaden on him and grow a foot and add 30, 40, 50 pounds. I mean, that's how athletic he is. He's really athletic and does it under control. And where I think another area he's really improved, he's a phenomenal passer. Passes his right hand, left hand. So I think our guys are more ready than they've been. Next week they'll be more ready. 2 weeks, but they're just growing now. You know, Marty's not a freshman, but Marty played. He's a sophomore, and those other two are freshmen. So it's good.
I think you mentioned about Jaden